often, when I say my name is Toya Jackson, I feel the urge to instantly add, but not Michael Jackson's little sister. Celebrity names carry a lot of weight, and possibly at my birth, my seeds for success were subconsciously planted. I was informed that my mom let my sister name me, and she said that Latoya Jackson was in the spotlight during the era in which I was born. But as time went on, perhaps I should have been named after Janet. I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio by a single mother. My father died from cancer when I was only 2 years old. However, he was a Vietnam War veteran, he was a college graduate, and he taught at Kirk Middle School in East Cleveland, Ohio. My mother, not mommy, or mom, is how I address the woman who birthed me. She was born and raised in a farm in Georgia, and she was the daughter of sharecroppers, basically picking cotton most of her life. She did graduate from high school, and she worked various jobs to support me and my sister. And at some point, she attended barber school. I grew up very poor, but as a child, you only know the environment in which you live in. And so I'm not sure what age I realized I was poor. However, I always knew that I wanted a better life for myself. I remember my mother saying to me, Toya, I want you to dream big and I want you to experience more than me. As a kid, I didn't really know what that meant. Throughout the years, it has taken on several meanings. I'm a proud graduate of Shaw High School in East Cleveland, Ohio. And there I had a dual career path. I was a vocational student, now known as career and technical education. And I was also on the college track as well. So I had the best of both worlds as an academic foundation. I pictured myself being this fly hairstylist who was well educated too. But the crazy thought is, I often thought I could do it all and be it all. Remembering back to my mind when my mother had said that to me. I'm the second person in my family to get a college degree. I graduated from the Ohio State University in 2004 with a BS in business administration. My major was marketing. When I was in college, someone gave me the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, which inspired me to learn more about real estate. I didn't have any real estate investors or entrepreneurs in my family, so I was never exposed to any of this information. But I knew that one day that I would invest in real estate, but I had no idea how I would do that as a broke college student. So that was a dream deferred. So after graduating college, I worked for two Fortune 500 companies, for Philip Morris as well as Michelin Tire Company. And I was an outside sales representative for both companies. Michelin is the company that relocated me from Ohio to the DC market and later to Chicago, where I currently live today. I have over 15 years of business to business sales experience. And in addition to that sales job, I received my real estate license when I lived in DC. And while working there with Long and Foster Realtors, I would work with a lot of investors. And when I worked with these investors, they allowed me to gain so much knowledge in the field of real estate. They would tell me, how much they wanted to purchase the property for, how much they wanted to put into the rehab. And they would also tell me how they wanted to fund the deal. And at closing, they would profit $50,000 or more. And I was not excited to leave the closing table with a $5,000 commission that I had to split with my broker. So it was at this time that I realized that I didn't really want to be a real estate agent anymore. Instead, the title of investor is what caught my attention. So soon after that in DC, my job offered me a promotion and I was relocated to Chicago. And once I moved to Chicago, I continued to work my plan to become a full-time real estate investor while working my 9 to 5. I attended a lot of workshops, a lot of seminars. I read a lot of books on real estate. I even joined a local group of real estate investors. And at this time, I created a plan to exit my job, which included eliminating all of my debt. I wanted to purchase a 3-unit property, my first property with FHA financing. I wanted my tenants to pay my rent, right, which would eliminate my mortgage payment. I also purchased a car cash so I wouldn't have a car note. And I had 12 months worth of savings so that if my business was not profitable, I could still pay my bills. In addition to that, I contributed the maximum amount to my 401k. And the last part of my plan was to purchase 2 multifamily properties to replace my income from my job. I completed everything on my list except the last one. And I was so anxious that I quit my job earlier than I had expected, which proved to be a major mistake. So in 2016, I left my full-time 6-figure job and started my business with my partners. And in the beginning of my entrepreneurship journey, I was filled with hope, drive, ambition. I thought we were going to be rich. I thought me and my business partners, we would take over the real estate market here in Chicago. And we raised over $2 million within a 5-year period to do various types of real estate projects. So that includes fix and flips, buy and holds, mixed use commercial, wholesale deals, and we also had some Airbnb properties. I learned so much about funding and fundraising in my first business. I experienced a lot of success, but also a lot of failures. So fast forward to now, 5 years later, I battled a magnitude of minor setbacks. I lost everything. My home was going into foreclosure. My car was repossessed. My credit was ruined. And as a result, I had to file for bankruptcy. In essence, I really was at the lowest point in my life and no one knew. And I asked myself, how did I get here? So after this whole ordeal, I never imagined that I would entertain the thought of starting another business after losing almost everything. In my opinion, my dream of entrepreneurship was over. I had to return to corporate America after bragging about leaving. And what I realized is that corporate America was not for me. The common advice of go to school, get good grades, get a good job, that no longer resonated with me and many others. There are so many opportunities that we have available now that our parents and our ancestors could have never dreamed of. You no longer must stay in a dead-end job, working 40 hours a week for a low salary, or go back to school only to make more money and to be placed in a higher tax bracket where you may make less. Due to the technology and social media, you no longer have to settle for the rat race. You can start a business, or you can build some passive income, or you could do both. Through it all, I've experienced the good times and the bad and the ugly. And therefore, I've learned lessons the hard way. So here are some of the lessons that I learned along the way that I want to pass along to you. So first, according to the data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, approximately 20% of small businesses fail within the first year. By the end of the second year, 30% of businesses have failed. And by the end of the 5th year, about half will have failed. And unfortunately, that was the case in our first business. So don't do like I did. Don't quit your job like I did until your passive income or net income from your business exceeds the income that you got from your 9-to-5 job. You got to replace that income. Next, you want to set up your business the proper way so that your business qualifies for grants and loans and lines of credit. Right? Many people missed out on the PPP loans due to this. And next, I want you to hire a lawyer to set up your business the correct way from a tax and legal standpoint. This cost us a lot of money in the end. And a sole proprietorship, that offers the least amount of protection, but it is quite common. Next, I want you to hire an accountant or a CPA to do your bookkeeping and your tax returns. right? They can help you discuss your goals and the financial health of your business. A CPA can help you understand your numbers, help you with a break-even analysis, your spending plan, your cash flow analysis, right? Your system analysis and compliance. They can help you with all of that, right? These are the things that we did not do or did too late the first time around. Hire a team, right? In addition to that attorney and that CPA, you need more help. Outsource your weaknesses. Maybe you need an assistant for customer service or social media. Maybe you need a mentor or a coach in your field to help you become more successful quicker. Learn from their mistakes. Find the top person in that industry that you're in and learn from them and pay their fee. Their expertise, their knowledge can help you avoid losing a lot of money and making a lot of mistakes. But pay yourself too, right? You got to pay yourself, you got to pay your employees, and you have to do it the proper way, right? Have the proper documentation so that when you're applying for loans and lines of credit for your business, you don't have any issues with that. And there are several ways to do this. QuickBooks, there's different payroll companies like ADP and Paychecks, right? So make sure that you pay yourself and your employees the proper way. Next, I want you to have strong personal credit and strong business credit. I had it, but the downside is when the business is not successful. If you have both, you have funding opportunities on each side to leverage, to grow and to scale your business without having to bootstrap everything out of your own pocket. Again, only leverage your personal credit if you understand the pros and cons of leveraging it. If you're okay with the risk, then go for it. If not, focus on building your business credit. All right. And when you get funding, when you get access to capital, because remember, 29% of businesses fail due to lack of capital. Once you get this funding, have a plan, right? Have a plan. I don't care if it's business credit cards, personal credit cards, loans and lines of credit. So many entrepreneurs get money and they have no idea what to do with it. And some time may go by. That low interest rate is going to go up. Those monthly payments are going to be very expensive. And you didn't even leverage the funding that you received. And now you have more debt than when you began this process in the first place. Remember, the entire point of getting funding is to leverage it to make more money. You can leverage funding to help you grow and scale your business, again, or use it for passive income. And think about it like this. Every large corporation in the United States uses business credit, from Facebook to Apple to Walmart and Microsoft. And they all leveraged it to get to as big as they are today, right? And how did they use it? They used it on inventory, expansion, staff, remodeling, vehicles, advertising. You can do the same thing with your business. Next, I want you to be selective in your partnerships, right? Be careful who you choose to be in business with. Maybe do a joint venture or a project first, right? Be sure to set up your operating agreement so everyone knows their roles and their responsibilities. Also, have provisions in place up front for how you want to dissolve the partnership one day. It's like a prenup, right? Set this up first. Don't wait until problems persist to figure out how to dissolve the partnership then. So it's very, very important to have attorneys draft legal documents and systems, right? All successful companies have systems and processes in place. You simply cannot grow or scale a business without it. So put those systems and processes in place for your business. And if that's not your area of expertise, then hire someone who can do it for you. Okay? And last but not least, I don't want you to give up. Do not give up on your business. There will be tough times and you will make a lot of mistakes, but you must make mistakes in order to learn. Again, you can't learn everything from reading a book. You got to take action, right? So you will be amazed at what you accomplish when you don't give up. So being a firm believer that minor setbacks pave the way for major comebacks, I believe that I'm a better person and a better businesswoman because of all of the setbacks that I had to overcome, right? I wouldn't be where I am today without this experience. So this has served as fuel, which ignites my passion to succeed. The comeback is greater than the setback. And I want the world to know that you can do anything that you set your mind to. It doesn't matter your background, it doesn't matter your educational level, it does not even matter about your upbringing. I never thought that I would live the life that I have today. And the only thing that could ever stop you or get in your way is a negative mindset, right? You can have whatever it is you want in this world. So it's really, really important to surround yourself with people who celebrate your success and go where you are celebrated, not just where you're tolerated. Thank you so much.